Hey man, can I tell you a true story from my childhood? Well, it's kind of gruesome. It's when Timmy Higgins, we were in 8th grade, and it was actually the summer between 7th and 8th grade, and we were playing baseball. And he ran to catch a foul, and he ran into this bush, and this branch stuck right in his eyeball and ripped his eyeball out. I know, true story. Yeah, so everybody was crying and screaming. We didn't know what to do, so we were all screaming, and people heard us, and they got an ambulance there right away, and they took good care of him. But it really hurt Timmy. Really, really. I mean, his self-esteem, boys were 12, 13, and women, girls are maturing much faster at that time. We were so clueless at that age. And so the guy didn't have much self-esteem, but in the fall there was like an 8th grade prom coming up, and his mom said, Timmy, you gotta go to the prom. And he says, Mom, I'm not going without an eye, and I don't know if I'm going at all. And she says, okay, well, we'll take you to the eye doctor and we'll buy you a new eye. So they go down to the eye doctor, and they go in there and explain the situation. And so Timmy's mom says, well, what do you have? And the doctor says, well, I got this glass eyeball. It's really beautiful. We can match the color perfectly. It's $500. I know. And that was Timmy's mom's reaction. She said, $500? We can't afford that. Do you have anything else? He says, yeah, I have this plastic one for $250. It's pretty good, looks almost lifelike, I think he would do fine with it. He'd save $250. And she says, well, that's too expensive too. I know. And then she's almost in tears because she doesn't think she's going to take care of her son. And she says, well, you have anything less expensive? He says, well, I haven't sold one in a long time, but I do have a wooden eyeball. I know, he really had a wooden eyeball. And she says, well, how does that work? And he says, well, we can paint it, make it pretty realistic and lifelike, and you'll only know it's a fake if you look real closely. And she says, well, how much is it? And he says, $30. She says, $30? Yeah, okay, I'll take that. And so Tommy gets fitted with the new eyeball. It seems to be working just fine, it just fits right in there, and And so they're getting closer to the dance, and his mom says, Timmy, you going to the dance? And he says, oh, I don't know, Mom. I don't feel very confident, She says, Timmy, please, you got to get back out there. Please get out on the dance floor. So he says, well, I'll go, but I'm not dancing with anyone. And you know how, like in 8th grade at dances, you just stand up against the walls, the guys on one side, the girls on the other side. And so he's standing there and feeling very self-conscious, with his wooden eye. And he looks across the gym floor, and there's a young lady there, Margaret. And she has braces. She just got braces. And so Timmy's going, oh, hey, braces, wooden eye. Braces, wooden eye. And she hasn't danced all the night. And so he goes over to her and he says, hi, Margaret, would you like to dance with me? And she says, would I? And he says, bite my ass, braces.
That's pretty bad.
Pretty bad. I got another one. I got, just bear with me. And so, there was this young man, and he used to go to bars all the time, try to pick up ladies and stuff like that. He was often quite successful. He really was. And so he's out there one night, and he meets this beautiful young woman, and they'd start dancing, and they really hit it off. I mean, it's just a genuine connection and a genuine good time. And he says, would you like to come home with me? And she says, yeah. I mean, she knew what she was getting into, And so they go home, and they walk in the front door and through the living room on the way to the bedroom, and she notices that on the wall there's 3 rows of shelves, and each row has some dolls on it. And on the bottom there's kind of these rag dolls, kind of mediocre. And in the middle shelf you see some that you'd probably pay $20, $30, $40 for at Costco, Target, you know, anything like that. But the top shelf, there's these beautiful European, French, and Dutch bisque dolls, porcelain dolls with these magnificent dresses in there. You know, you would see those for $300, $400 online, you know. And so anyhow, she just walking by, she seems to notice it. And so they go upstairs and they make like the natives. They have the most magnificent night, and it's just a true celebration of physicality, you know, with no moral judgment about what's going on. And they both had a great time. So in the morning, they're having coffee together. They both got to get to work, and they're saying goodbye. And he says, "Well, let me show you to the door." And she says, "Oh, great, yeah." And so they're walking out. She says, "Well, I'm just curious. What are all those dolls for?" And he says, "Well, you can take one from the middle shelf. You can take one from the middle shelf." Come on, that was pretty good.